For reference, I'm 6'5". SureLab is a big unit. On the pallet, it's going to weigh roughly 350 pounds. So when you're receiving this unit, you need a truck with liftgate or a loading dock. The SureLab D3000 comes in two configurations, a single roll unit and a dual roll unit. Both come in the same box. It's important that you order the appropriate unit. A single roll unit cannot be retrofit to a dual roll unit after the sale. For demonstration purposes, we'll be using a dual roll unit today. We put down some padding material on the floor. That's because we're going to remove SureLab by sliding it off the pallet onto the floor in this direction. The first thing to do is remove the shrink wrap. The SureLab box itself is clearly marked on all four sides on whether you're receiving a single or dual roll unit. Epson recommends that you save all packaging in case you need to reship the product. The next step is to remove the top of the SureLab box. At this point, you'll need some assistance to remove the outer box and actually take SureLab off the pallet. So we're just going to lift the outer box straight up. Now I'm going to use the top of the box that I removed earlier as a tabletop. SureLab has two accessory kits in the box. First, I'm going to remove the right accessory box. The second accessory box includes multiple items. The first is a small Dell Optiplex PC. This is also called the printer or controller PC. With the controller PC is a USB cable to connect the controller PC to SureLab and a power cord. This is a custom build specific to SureLab. It does not include a CD-ROM drive, and it does not ship with a keyboard, mouse, or monitor. The next accessories are the roll holders. These are basically straps that you can use to wind around media that you've removed from the printer while changing the size or type of media. On a dual roll unit, you will get two holders. On a single roll unit, you will only get one. The second power cord is for the SureLab unit itself. The black caps are used when a sorter is not going to be installed to cover the panel holes in the rear cover. All SureLab units include two back printers. These are the ribbons that we will install for those back print units. The beam cap pads are wipes used in the maintenance process for SureLab. This is the standard exit tray for both the dual and single roll SureLab. The cleaning sheets are used for periodic maintenance. There are two sheets in the pack that ships with SureLab, and the first use is at 6 months. In one of the boxes are basically the spindle or roll holders for the media. If you have a dual roll unit, you will have 4 roll adapters. So there's 2 on each side, and you'll have 2 spindles. On a single roll unit, you will have just 2 spindle adapters and 1 unit. The SureLab ships with a complete set of 6 cartridges. Each are 700 milliliters, and it's a cyan, magenta, yellow, black, light cyan, and light magenta ink set. So the next step is to remove the top protective styrofoam. So I'm simply going to take this off. Next is to remove the plastic sheeting from over the top of SureLab. Next, we're going to remove the final piece of styrofoam packaging. This protects the cosmetics of the SureLab top and cover. And take this piece off. On the left side of SureLab, there's a piece of styrofoam packing between the second roll unit or the front roll unit and the main frame. We need to remove that. So we're working on a dual roll unit. A single roll unit, basically, the end of the unit would be flush to here and not include what we call the second or front roll. I need to remove the restraint. This tape is meant as a limiter if you were to reinstall it so that you don't tighten down too far when you pull this. I'm going to remove. Okay, push down slightly, remove this, and take the plastic off. When you release the rope, the SureLab front roll unit may want to rise on you. That's okay. Now we're going to flatten the lower box. So I'm going to cut the tape on all four corners. So we're at the back of the SureLab unit. I'm now going to remove 3 screws that secure SureLab, the cardboard that SureLab is on, to the pallet. I'm going to use a power screwdriver with a long bit. It just makes things a little bit faster and easier, especially if you're going to be installing the optional sorter. The final or third screw is on the front of the printer where the rope is attached. Before you remove SureLab from the pallet, you want to make sure the front roll holder is in the down position. At this point, I need some assistance from at least 2 additional people. And what we're going to do is just slide SureLab on the cardboard off the pallet. Okay, so we ready? Let's go and move. And we're going to get to a little bit and keep going and support and good. We're going to remove SureLab from its styrofoam base. So they're going to lift basically the front edge, and I'm going to pull out the styrofoam. So we're going to pull out, and we're now going to do the same move on the other side of the printer to remove its styrofoam. We want to make sure it's all out, and we're down. We're now essentially on the floor. Both the single and dual roll SureLab are 33.5 inches wide. The depth of the unit, not considering the front roll, is about 30.5 inches. So if we have a narrow doorway to go through, we need to basically go through a procedure that's going to flip the front roll holder up. With SureLab now off the pallet, we need to consider moving it to its final location.